Hey guys, Mike here with We Watch Movie, and I just got done watching Bad Blood. I look like I'm in the office that Keanu Reeves ran from those dudes in The Matrix in. DC animation is the shit, and I wanted to start doing these movies because I love the shit out of them. I watch them with my kid all the time, even though they're PG-13, and I probably shouldn't be doing that. There's a bitch or a shit every once in a while. Maybe some hints at sex. It's never that bad, though. At least that's what I tell myself. She'll play Xbox Live one day anyways and hear everything. Anyways, I don't know where the lens is on this, so I'm like looking the wrong fucking way. These movies are the shit, and I just wanted to start reviewing them because I love them so much, and I never talk about them. It's strange. DC Animation's Bad Blood, it's like the third, basically to me, this is the third part in what's so far a trilogy about Damian, because this is yet another film about Damian. Damian, if you don't know, is Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul's son. You remember in The Dark Knight Rises when they banged it out when the electricity went out. I like to think that that's how they had this kid. But there's also hints before that she had drugged and pretty much raped him, so I don't know how. Yeah, he's the extra violent son that was raised by Ra's al Ghul, and he's had this whole crazy storyline and arc that goes on. But this is the third movie with them together. Batwoman shows up, and then there's a fight with the Heretic. Then Batman goes missing. Dick Grayson, Nightwing, shows up to take his place, and then Damian comes back from the Himalayas, and those two are trying to figure out what's going on. It's a big mystery behind that involves Talia al Ghul, and of course Damian. The Heretic's in this. You've got Batwing for the first time ever in DC animated films, as well as Batwoman taking up time in this. And I say taking up time because she's a cool character and I like her. But literally, you could just about take her out of this movie and Batwing out of this movie, and you still could have done the story only deeper in the parts that were supposed to be deep. Like this whole thing with Damian, I'll do a spoiler review too for this, by the way, because I don't want to say too much, but there's so much I want to talk about. The whole thing with Damian's back history was so emotional and deep, and the Heretic storyline was so underdeveloped when it could have been really cool, that it was kind of disappointing. So even though I didn't mind Batwoman, she looks cool. She's a cool character. She was forced into this a little bit, so was Batwing. But then again, at the same time, and again, you don't get Batman very much in this, but that's cool because Nightwing gets to shine a little bit. They do something really cool with Batman and Nightwing. I'll talk about it in the spoiler review, but if you know what I'm talking about, it's pretty badass. This one's action-packed. It's got some really cool storylines. Damian's coolest storyline yet, I'll say, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Damian, much like the rest of you. I don't like the fact that he's like 10 or 14 years old and he's taking on, Slade Wilson and fucking Batman and all these people like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But he's less whiny and bratty in this one. This is probably his best role out of all of them. And you feel bad for the kid in this one. The shit that happens to him, you just feel bad for him. But there's some really, really cool scenes in this that really elevate it. To me, it's hard to say because the Owl storyline was so cool. Now, the Owl storyline was so cool the way that they did that part of it in the previous films with Damian, but I think this is the best of the three films with Damian for me so far. Batwing, again, kind of unnecessary. Lucius Fox's son, he kind of felt forced in a little bit, but at the same time, he looked really fucking cool. So there's that. He did look badass. I just don't like the whole family thing as much. I hope that after they're done with this storyline, we just go to a solo Batman and we just focus on like a couple solo Batman movies. I know they're doing the Killing Joke and stuff, but I hope that like the next realm of these DC animated movies, after we get through the whole storyline, because there's a lot of family stuff in this one and they hint that shit's going to continue, I want to see just some solo Batman dealing with his own shit again. I kind of miss it a little bit. The Batmobile does some cool ass shit here too. I love that. I give it a 7. I give Bad Blood a 7 out of 10. I love these DC animated movies. Like I said, this is probably my favorite of the Damian Batman movies. And again, he's getting ready to play Robin in Teen Titans, Justice League vs. Teen Titans. That'll be actually pretty cool to see that mix up there. So I don't know, I give this one a 7 out of 10. There's stuff in it I really liked. It had some epic scenes. It had some really cool stuff. The only problem being that they forced in a couple extra characters that were almost unnecessary, and that's how it goes. So I'll have a spoiler review up later for it as well. It comes out on DVD February 2nd. If you want to, follow us at We Watched a Movie on Twitter, and as always, click that subscribe button and get some wham up in you. I'm going to go get interrogated by the police now.